So Stacey here. This is my first self-reflection for the DIS program. Today is Sunday, July 9th, 2017. I wanted to start off really quickly by just saying that the program has been really awesome so far. We've been moving really fast, but we've been organized. There's been strong communication between Jeff and Maria, and then my classmates as well. And I'm just finding that I'm really getting into the groove of things, balancing DISC along with work, as well as some of the volunteering that I do on the side. So I feel like now I've kind of experienced the first 2 weeks, and I have a good idea as to how to move forward for the next 10 or so weeks. And then also, I feel like I've learned a lot for the past 2 weeks. Like, we really did jump into everything, and it's just kind of, I've been enjoying it too, which has been great. So I just feel it's kind of made me think, this is what learning should have felt like all throughout my undergraduate. So definitely feels good to be a part of this program and know that it's different from the learning that I've done previously. So I'm definitely looking forward to the remaining weeks. So I'll just jump right into the highlights of week 1 and 2. So what are the highlights for you in week 1 and 2? An experience you had, a moment in a session, a skill you learned, etc. Please describe one of your highlights. So first off, just being back on campus again. I went to Laurier, and it was pretty surreal going back, so I really enjoyed that. And then again, just meeting new people has been really great. I find that at work you kind of get adjusted to the people who are on your floor and who are in the building. And I'm fortunate that I work at the hub, but yeah, it was just great meeting new people who were similar to me. I just feel like I've definitely bonded with some people, and it was crazy because I saw Visha at a hub event, so that was kind of cool just to know one extra person within the hub, so that was cool. So one of the things that has kind of stuck with me was from week 1. Jeff, you had told us a story about maps, and I know you said that was really self-indulgent, but it was a really great story. And while you were telling me it, I kind of knew that I was sitting in the right room, and I kind of understood that DIS was going to impact me in a positive way, and that it was really going to help with developing some of the things that I'm missing. And within sort of my interview with DISC, I told you that I was stuck. So just kind of having that clarity and just knowing that it was okay, knowing that sort of everybody in the room was kind of feeling that same way. I think that people kind of don't tell us that while we're young and we're fresh out of university and we're kind of lost. So I thought that story was really illuminating. Something else that I wanted to mention was 10xing expectation as well as being a little better. Last time is kind of like my new mantra. Super simple, but it's kind of something that's been stuck in my mind and just something that I've kind of been bringing forward into sort of what I'm doing at work. I'm bringing it forward in terms of like meetings, whether it's at work or group meetings or volunteering. So I just wanted to mention that that's something that's sort of been a part of my thought process in the past 2 weeks. I'm also really impressed by how quickly my group sort of pulled together for the client interviews. I had mentioned things were moving fast, but it's always great to sort of feel that sense of accomplishment, just knowing that, okay, we're working fast, but we're working really well. Another highlight was the client interviews. Super excited to work with Sweet, Kyla. Pan and Linda are fantastic, so I'm just so grateful to be grouped with them. And then also just learning from my classmates this past 2 weeks. They've really inspired me, from like Theo's blog post to just how nice people have been over Slack, and even just like the other group who 10x expectations by bringing like food and drinks to their client interviews. So again, just great to be a part of that kind of environment. So my team, question 2, how do you feel about your team and the way you are all working together? So Every interaction has been getting better and better. I feel like we're starting to understand how everybody likes to work. Everybody is super motivated and actively setting aside some time for team meetings. So in fact, today is Sunday. We had just happened to meet, and there wasn't a whole lot to discuss, but again, everybody made the time. We were able to quickly pick some dates, which was something that I think we sort of fell short on, and I'll discuss that a little more later. But again, just kind of figuring out schedules, and I'm happy that we set aside 10-15 minutes today to do that. Another thing I wanted to add was we work really effectively, so we stay on topic. So that's something that can be challenging within a group, right? When you kind of get off task and then 3 hours later and you're still on question one. So we've been working really effectively, which has been great. And we're all super passionate about doing a great job for Sweet Kyla. So again, it's making the work a lot easier. And for the most part, we haven't had too many technical glitches. Everybody shows up to meetings, so we're really getting stuff done, and we are having fun while we're doing it. So what are some of the things that helped our team be successful so far? So for sure, Slack. Our communication is great. It's all localized. Everybody has it on their phones, on their laptops now, so it's been crucial for team communication as well as organization by using the polls feature. Google Hangouts, all of our meetings we do on Google Hangouts, so that's been running very smoothly for us. It's a really reliable platform. And then my learning space, that's sort of where I go to. I know that stuff is kind of shared between Trello as well as my learning space, but I tend to kind of go to my learning space just because I went to Laurier and I'm really familiar with it, but I understand that Trello is a really good project management tool, so I'm happy to be exposed to that. So what are some challenges that your team has faced so far? So I'm actually going to combine that with how can your team improve in the coming weeks. So one of the things I wanted to mention was organizing meetings around all of our schedules. So again, we weren't able to have something on the spot for Sweet Kyla, which was unfortunate, but of course they were cool with it. So just kind of understanding and being more open to like missing a meeting for like the greater good of the team, just so the overall team can move forward. So just kind of staying open-minded to that. As well as we have a lot of sort of leaders within our group, which is really awesome because so many ideas get put out there. But sometimes it does feel a little difficult to like interject and get your idea out there. So what I think we can do to sort of overcome that is just take turns leading a specific project, a specific task, and then having sort of an open floors policy where everybody gets 2 minutes to pitch their idea, just ensuring that everybody's idea does get heard and nobody feels like they've been left behind. 3, my learning. So what were some of the key takeaways from our first 2 weeks? What skills did you begin to acquire? So project management, I feel, was key in the past week. So just understanding sort of terms like, a project requires a scope, a budget, a time. So just that was real training that I can definitely bring into my interview this week. So I have an interview on Wednesday for a pretty administrative role that involved project management. So again, just having that fresh in my mind and having the lingo, I think, is going to be great for me. So definitely makes me feel more confident walking into that interview. Also, customer personas. So again, terminology like creating a screener. Also, I just think customer personas are crucial for developing, a marketing tool. So happy to be diving into that as well. I find it really interesting. And then actually getting to apply these skills. So being flexible with the way a conversation sort of is flowing. What I mean by that is like, for our interviews, we had a bunch of questions, but we did not follow the script, and we had to be flexible within that conversation. So I feel like that was like a real world scenario. So again, applying those skills gives us more experience and leads me to be more confident. What's something you excelled at or felt very good about? So going out of my comfort zone, I actually made our Brink Runners logo. I have zero design skills. I'm a math kid, so it was fun kind of going out of my comfort zone and gathering some input as to what we want it to look like, and then actually going ahead and making a logo. So that was pretty cool. Also, in the past 2 weeks, I've brought some really good ideas to the table during our brainstorming sessions, and I'm proud of kind of putting 110% effort into every meeting, every class, every task within the past 2 weeks. So very excited about that. What are some challenges or what is frustrating to you? So for me, it's frustrating when I feel like I can't contribute. So whether that's not having the opportunity to speak within a discussion because I'm just unable to get my idea out, or just not having an idea, period. What might you do better to support learning and growth? I think maybe just emphasizing that, don't necessarily run off with the first good idea. Everybody in the group has a voice, and that the best ideas usually come from just brainstorming. Like even a crappy idea could lead to a good idea. So just having an open doors policy, letting everybody get their idea out and sort of building on what everybody has to say and what everybody has to put out there. So yeah, I guess this wraps up my first self-reflection. Very excited to be doing something like this. I think it's going to be fun to look back in 11 weeks and kind of see where I was and where I'm at that time.